I hope like Steve Jobs has made it to where it like drowns that out. Okay, so we're sleeping in tents, but they're not like the tent you would put like in your hiking backpack. These are like army tents. They're huge, and they have like a front door, but they look like tents, and they have bunk beds in them. You guys are spoiled this year because this is the first year these tents are going to have AC. They're going to have air conditioning, and I think the email also said there's a little bit of like padded insulation walls that are on them now. So they just look like these big brown army tents, and you open it up and there's nothing in it other than just bunk beds. But it's really cool because we're right by a river, and at night you can like open up the flap and hear the river. But here's what's crazy: it gets really, really hot during the day and oddly very cold at night. So like when I say bring a sleeping bag, you're like, oh my god, I'm gonna roast. Well, yeah, if it was 3, but at 3 in the morning you'll tend to fall asleep on top of your sleeping bag, and then at 2 in the morning wake up shivering and just slip in there, and it'll just feel really good. So we will be in a tent. You are welcome to bring snacks and drinks. We've had kids over the years bring their Enos and hook up like a hammock.
Okay, I was gonna ask if that was an option.
Yeah, and they hook it up from one tent to the other, and then some kids like to sleep. So there's
they have bunk beds and cots if you just want to bring a sleeping bag.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. Now the mat they give you is like that thin. So like if you want to bring an egg crate, great. If not, you guys are young. You'll be fine. Bring an egg crate. Right. Good sleep is vital. So there's probably 8 to 9 tents with where we'll be on this camping ground. It's maybe 50 yards from the regular camp. So while we're at camp, simultaneously their regular summer camp is happening. We're called SWO, Snowbird Missions Outfitters. So we'll worship with all of these other people. So when I say other people will be there, they just won't be a part of the mission side. Yeah. That'll just be us. But in the mornings when we worship, we'll be with 400 or 500 other kids who are just not with us. It's
so you all call for SWO.
Yes, they'll talk SWO for Snowbird Wilderness Outfitters, and then they talk to SWO kids, and we're SWO. So you can bring a hammock, bring a sleeping bag, bring a pillow, egg crate if that little mattress isn't going to cut it for you. Bring anything that would just be fun for you to have at night. So there's kids that have brought head lantern thingamajiggies or flashlights. Would be a really great thing for you to bring. We are asking for no technology. So most kids are like, oh, I'll just bring the flashlight on my phone. Well, no cell phones. Joe will have a phone. I'll have a phone. Lauren will have a phone.
Does it work?
Yes.
So would you like us not to bring it at all, or just not to have it out? Because, I mean, I'm good with either. Just so that's clear.
That's a great question. So I've been taken advantage of. So like with you, I don't flinch at that question. So I've told kids, like, you can bring it, just don't take it out of your bag.
Teenagers.
The temptation being there has just not served our kids well. Oh, I think that's the croissant?
Yeah.
Chicken. Thank you.
I'm gonna set this over right here real quick.
Is that potato soup?
It is. Yeah.
Here we are. ELTA with macaroni and cheese. All right.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Another order for chicken.
Did you get jalapeno chips? I got the jalapeno chips too.
Jalapeno chips?
Yes.
I think we set them on a different...
Oh, yeah, that's...
Oh, perfect.
Sorry about
Thank
that.
you. I think we got everything.
Anything else I can grab for you though? Like, you guys like any bread dressings or anything with your...
Could I get some silverware?
Absolutely, yeah. I'll be right
Thank you. Let me pray real quick. Father, thank you for Jesus. Thank you for food. Thank you for incredible opportunities that you've blessed us with just to grow more in the image of Jesus. So we put all this into your mighty hands. Amen.
Amen.
Okay, so we ask for no technology. However, like if you have some crazy technology that helps you in the world of camping, bring it. Like if you have like that thing and it counts your steps and your blood pressure, that's fine. You can't get on Snapchat and be distracted. Mom, if you want to call me to get a hold of Gracie, totally fine. Can I give you my number real quick?
Yes. I can give it to her. I have it.
Okay.
you
Gracie
have
will give it to you.
Uh-uh.
Parents rule the roost in our student ministry. Us not giving them technology is not trying to block you in any way, shape, or form. It's just we have noticed a day or two with them not having technology, you start seeing this beautiful side of them coming out.
Yeah.
Once they've kind of gone through a day or two of, yes. We've had kids bring fishing gear. Bring fishing gear. Like anything that's outdoorsy and fun, bring it. Any questions with kind of the sleeping arrangements? There's 4 tents on the boys' side. I think there's 5 on the girls' side. Lauren is really great in the girls' tent. She'll make sure there's nothing stupid. Joe is staying in the guys' tent. My family's coming, and then we get like an Airbnb off campus, like a mile away. So Rachel and my 2 kids will come. I share that not to say, oh, yippee. I share that just to go, I don't want a month from now to be like, where was Tim? And why wasn't he there? When I normally only go to that like once I know they're kind of going to bed. And then I'll head over to see Rachel and the boys. And we do it to help with child safety.
Yeah.
In terms of showering. Not a huge fan with how Snowbird does their bathrooms. Our church is hardcore child safety. And I love it. But like if Joe wants to take a shower, Joe is in this place where he could be getting out of the shower and one other boy could be using the bathroom at the same time, and they're one-on-one. And it just doesn't protect him well. It doesn't really protect our students well. So I've justified the cost to where my family can come, but Joe can sneak away and go grab a shower and not have to worry about those dynamics.
Yeah.
Any questions with kind of the sleeping arrangements?
So you say there's 4 or 5 tents, but are all of our kids in the same tent?
Yes.
So
Yeah. She will be in a tent with just North Hills girls. We will be in a tent with just North Hills boys. But there will be a tent 10 feet over there with kids we've never met before. We've never had a problem with that. Normally the leaders that are there are fantastic. The counselors at Snowbird are really, really great and hands-on. We've never really had an issue. Honestly, the only issue has been our kids. If there's been troublemakers, it's been like Caleb Leal and some of those kids. Okay, we do go whitewater rafting on Friday. Yeah. Great. I've never required kids to do it, but I really highly encourage it. So if there's anyone that's like, no, I don't want to do it, I'm like, let's do it. And if you're just having that panic attack moments before, then we'll figure it out or whatever. These are the perfect shoe to wear, Chacos. Don't wear tennis shoes. We've had kids wear tennis shoes and then their shoes get really heavy, and if they have to walk through the creek, they'll pull and their foot comes out of the shoe and it's just a mess. The water is so cold. So whatever you want to pack to help with that, I normally pack the t-shirt that my wife bought me so I don't get sunburnt in the ocean. That normally kind of keeps me a little bit warm. Any questions about whitewater rafting?
We love it. We've done it.
Twice.
Yeah.
Do I know what class is that?
It's very chill. It's the Nantahala. I don't know if you're familiar with the Nantahala River. There are moments where it can get kind of dicey, or even I'm like, I'm like holding on to Levi, because Levi and Judah will go with us. But if you fall out, I think they say nose and toes kind of thing. You'll normally like go a few yards into some chill water. So we do that. There will be a time we go horseback riding. So whatever you would like to wear to go horseback riding. So like, I remember a couple years ago, a kid was like, oh, if I would have known that, I would have brought my boots. Okay. I don't wear boots, but we will go horseback riding. There is paintball, but their paintballs are really expensive. But they tell kids they can bring their own paintballs. So if you love the paintball and you want to play it every day, but you just don't want to keep paying a lot of the money, bring your own paintballs and you'll be good to go. They will check your paintballs, because I think some kids have brought like the rubber bullets Or some kids have frozen their bullets because it hurts more. I don't know.
But the guns they give you to use the guns.
Yeah, you can use their gun or bring your own gun. If you do, just let me know. As far as extracurricular activity, the only other thing we'll be doing that's very physical in nature will be the work site. So, like if you go to Woodlands, your 2, 3, 4, 5-ish hours of free time is jet skiing and the 3-man swing, and we get put on a work site. Bring closed-toed shoes, and then just bring any shorts or t-shirt that if you were to throw them away tomorrow, you wouldn't even miss them. So you're probably gonna get lots of paint, you're probably gonna get dirty. It's just bring like your crummiest clothes that you got. In years past, we've replaced roofs, we paint, we've done a ton of mulching. Like last year they put us at Andrews Middle School and we did the whole landscaping of this school. Andrews is the poorest city in the southeast. So you will almost feel at times you're in a third world country. It's bonkers. Like when you arrive into this city, it almost seems like a scene from The Walking Dead. Their main street just looks dead. It almost looks like a movie set. It looks fake. I think they said the drug population in Andrews is just crippling this city. It's really sad. You won't feel like that on campus of the camp. But when we drive 10 minutes onto our work site, it is a very sobering thing. I share that just to say, hey, mentally, just prepare yourself that wherever we're working will more than likely be a trailer. But I think it's been good for our youth group to get out of Greenville and just see and we have those pockets in Greenville, but Andrews is just a whole nother story. Make sure to drink. Every year I have a kid get dehydrated. 2 years ago, Stephen Leidy had a seizure from dehydration.
Oh, wow.
And he's a very healthy kid.
Will y'all have like the water jugs to refill a bottle?
Yes. Yeah. Just bring, some type, not a canteen. That's like 1940s language. Bring like a water bottle that you can refill and drink. As far as the food goes, does anyone here have food allergies? Just kind of can eat whatever.
A couple bites for you guys. Good?
Good. Thank you. The food is camp food. But they do have a salad bar if you don't like the meal. And in the mornings, they'll have a biscuit and gravy bar if you don't like whatever the breakfast is. The food's not the best. But we do go out to dinner on Thursday night. You're welcome to stay back at campus and eat, or you can come to this little Mexican restaurant that we go to. I think it's like one of like 4 restaurants in this city. And it's just kind of we're celebrating being done on the work site. So we only work Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And then Fridays are whitewater rafting day. And Monday, there's just not enough time to get on the work site because that's when we'll be traveling. So if you bring like $10, $12, you should have enough for dinner. In the evenings, like the shorts he's wearing are perfect. Like when we go to chapel in the morning and in the evening. A lot of kids ask, what do I wear to chapel? You will see kids wearing their worksite clothes. You'll see kids wearing what Sean's wearing. It doesn't matter, just whatever you're comfortable in. There's no dress code, there's no expectation. But I do get that question a lot. Like, what do I wear to chapel? We do it in the morning and in the evening. Monday, eat lunch before coming, so whenever we take off. I'll let you guys know exactly what that time is. Snowbird still hasn't released the schedule, so I don't know what time dinner is. So once they tell me what time dinner is, that'll determine our time we'll take off. But just eat lunch on Monday. And then Saturday, we normally get back around lunchtime. So you'll eat breakfast, but when they get home, they'll probably be hungry.
As far as the size of her luggage, it doesn't matter?
Yeah,
Okay.
We're not taking that many kids. So we have the luxury of them having bigger suitcases.
Okay.
Do we bring any tools for the work site?
No.
They have everything.
Yeah, great question.
Any gloves? that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
they will have gloves, but they're over the years they've been kind of crummy. So if you want to bring your own work gloves, you're welcome to. I kind of know how you're wired, so you'll probably.
I would bring all sorts of stuff.
Well,
I'm
maybe.
not nuts, so I gotta not do that.
Well, no, maybe what I can do is call Sean, a different Sean, and kind of see what it is we're doing, and then maybe like forward that email to you, and that could better inform you. Yeah, on what to bring. All right. Let me pause real quick before I go into some other things I have, but anything else kind of going through your minds or hearts as you're kind of preparing yourself for this trip that I haven't covered yet?
I was just packing up changes for clothes for days.
Yeah. I normally have one outfit for the work site per day, and then one like fun outfit in the evening. Yeah. Medicine. You guys just keep up with your own medicine, unless you want me to help.
I don't really take anything else I'm like so.
I know like places like Woodlands, you have to give us the medicine, we give it to their camp nurse. They don't do that. We're just kind of on our own when it comes to meds.
Everybody's a high schooler, right? That's going? Or are they like
With
all,
us.
Are they all sophomores or above or what? Yeah.
It's a great
So
question.
they're expected to be responsible at my point.
They do have like a snack shack trading post kind of thing. I think they sell like hats and t-shirts and ice cream, and you can bring as much money that you want. Like when my kids went to camp, they lived for that place. So I think we were over the top. I think I put like $100 on each kid's card, but I did it so they could make friends. Like, hey, like they were going, they didn't know anyone. So it's like, Levi, buy someone's ice cream, they'll probably be your friend. And so they wanted to buy the t-shirts and the hats and to get all the stickers and nachos. I mean, my kids are wild when it comes to that stuff. But I think if you were to bring 20, 30, maybe $40, you should be fine. Your kid will not go without. Both Joe and I have a church card. So it's like, if you lose your shoes, there's a Walmart like 15, 20 minutes into the next city. It's not like we're in the middle of the woods. We're very, very close to civilization. So over the years, kids have, oh, I forgot to pack this, or someone else will normally have it, but if not, I can go into Walmart easily. There is a day, I think it's Wednesday, where I won't be on the work site. And I share this because in years past, I get a lot of questions like, where were you? Or, first off, you want him on the work site, you don't want me. He's much more handy. I'm probably the goofy one that slows everything down. But on Wednesday, they do this pastor, husband and wife little quick trip in the Fontana Village. So I'll be a part of that on Wednesday, but Tuesday and Thursday I'll be on the work site. I'm not real sure exactly what we're doing, but I'll let you guys know when they have an idea.
I suppose the work schedule look like.
Yep. We'll wake up, we'll get ready for the day, and then we'll go to breakfast, and then we go to morning chapel. And this is also kind of weird. Snowbird, their campus, was very different pre-COVID. Post-COVID, there's that across this highway that runs on the right side of their campus, sold them like hundreds of acres for really cheap because it had an auditorium that could fit the COVID expectations that were put on them in North Carolina. And they sold it to them for really cheap, and now they made that their auditorium where worship's at. So we do a lot of driving. So we don't like walk the chapel. We actually load up in the bus, and it's like a 3-minute drive, but we go across a major road. So that's a small heads up. We'll, after breakfast, load up, go to chapel, do teaching, and then they normally have some hands-on activity for you guys after that. And then we'll do lunch, and then we go to the work site after lunch. And then we're normally there until about 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
Come back, quick shower, change clothes, dinner at 6:30, then maybe chapel at 7:30. And then after chapel, they have what we would call life groups, but they call them share groups. And Joe and I actually don't do the share groups. We always like for their counselors to do it. We can be a part of it if we want.
Like challenge mode.
It's kind of like a time for us adults, just have maybe like an hour. I will say this with the sleeping arrangements. Every year you have kids that are very different on the spectrum as far as how nighttime went for them. You ask one kid and they're like, oh, I had a blast. And you might ask someone kind of wired like Sean, they're like, oh my gosh, they wouldn't shut up. I thought I was going to like punch these kids in the face. So Joe will be in the room, like what I think we'll have like, hey, from 11:30 to 12:15, get ready for bed, but 12:15 we're doing like lights out. You know, let's be respectful of everyone. And if you want to keep the conversation going, there's normally like a fire always burning, and we let kids have that space to talk. And Lauren always does a great job of keeping eyes on them. We have some kids who really can go to bed at 3, wake up at 7, and they're good. And then you have some kids who do that, and they wake up and they look like zombies. So if someone is being talkative and kind of being obnoxious, you can say, hey, in here it's quiet. If you want to go out there. You can throw frisbees or hang out by the fire.
Do they have like a curfew at bedtime? Just let them do whatever?
They don't. They kind of leave it up to the church. Which I like. I like kind of being more of a control freak. So,
How are you productive on the website?
yeah. I'm with them. Most of the time, most of the kids that go to Snowbird, like they know what they've signed up for. But I feel like Grant Wenzel is the kind that he's fine staying up late, but he would drive the rest of that cabin or tent crazy. Okay, I will email you guys later this week, like 4 or 5 different emails Snowbird has sent me. That's kind of new to this week. I think they're doing like themes as far as clothing.
Yeah, I think I got that email right.
Good. Did everyone get that?
I
I think it's like Tuesday night is like your favorite sports team. Wednesday night is camouflage night.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's not required.
No, not at all. But if you want to, go for it. If you didn't get those emails, let me know.
Okay.
I think they've also sent like what, I think it's Romans chapter 5 is what they're teaching from.
Is it 5 or is it 8?
Maybe it's 8.
I was thinking it was 8. Yeah, maybe 5.
Yeah. Some kids love to know what the teaching will be on. And some kids will just eat that up before they go so you're real familiar with the passage they're teaching in. I'll make sure that you guys have gotten all that communication. Other than that, I think that's kind of all I got. So, any other questions? Or it's pretty simple.
You did say there was a place for hammocks. Like you could
For what?
hammocks.
Oh yeah, yeah, big time. It's a very outdoorsy camp. The cabins that'll be next to the tents look like they're from the 1800s. Like they're just old, but they're really cool.
Yeah.
Tons of rivers to go fishing in. Lots of space. Oh, and there's tons of rec on campus. Like they have a 3-man swing, obstacle course, zip lining. They even do skeet. So like you'll be walking to your tent around dinner time and you'll just hear, and they're teaching kids how to work guns. I mean, it's an outdoorsy camp. They have horseback riding, and you've been there. Have you been to Snowbird? You never went to the old winter retreats there? Okay.
So why is it in the summer and called Snowbird? I am confused by that.
This is the name of it.
So they said they called their camp that because Snowbird used to be, they would send missionaries to places missionaries weren't allowed. And they would go under, they were with an LLC called Snowbird Wilderness Outfitters. And I think they would try and sell them as like outdoorsy people, not like missionaries. I forget, the name's an interesting mix on it, but it has something to do with that. I don't know. It is a weird name, but I
That's
like
the
it.
overall year-round name of it, Snowbird.
Yep, Snowbird. Yeah. I love Ben Rector. Other than that, I just wanted to eat dinner with you guys. I'm praying for you. Any questions you have or anything else you want to kind of discuss, let me know. But I think that's kind of it on my end. Any questions with packing? You're so simple. He's the fourth Greeley to come through the youth group. And they're just the easiest little family. He could be dying. Oh, and you need help? I'm okay.
I'm okay. And how many? 4?
They're
There's 4 of us. Right?
Yeah.
They're all in college. One's married. I'm the only one in the house.
Oh,
he's the
wow.
baby.
Kids home though. Kids home for the weekend.
Nice. And we were just in Florida last week for something we do called Student Leadership University, which is like a leadership camp. So we do like Woodlands, which is traditional camp, SLU, which is a leadership camp, and then we do Snowbird, which is the missional side of the camp. I will say, come Wednesday, if you feel like certain people, when you're sleeping in a tent with someone for multiple days like this, there's going to be moments where you just need some space. If that's kind of happening in your world, just let me know. Joe, me, and Lauren can help alleviate whatever the dynamics are. If you're like, hey, Tim, I know I can't really be one-on-one, but can I just go fish in this river over here? Okay, we'll figure it out.
Sweet Jaden.
He loves fishing. Yeah. But I think I'm good. I'm going to stop this recording.